Hello there, welcome to our channel. If this is the first time you're watching our videos, please click on the subscribe button. That is the only way you're going to get a notification each time new videos are uploaded. There is a mistake going on in Cameroon ahead of the presidential election billed for October 2025. First of all, October is not a good month as far as Cameroon is concerned, because in October, like every October, since the crisis started, Cameroon will definitely see one or two or more citizens spill their blood for reasons that are just not justifiable. Because elections in the northwest and southwest regions are a total sham, a charade. Because those two regions, the northwest and the southwest regions of Cameroon, don't seem to be part of the country. Government has not helped matters. Rather, government has compounded the whole thing by behaving as if all is well in both regions. Government created a bilingualism commission headed by former Prime Minister Peter Mafani Mosonge. Nothing has happened. That bilingualism commission has achieved absolutely nothing. On the contrary, the commission has wasted taxpayers' money. Government created another commission that is known as, what do they call that one? Reconstruction and what of the northwest and southwest. What have they been reconstructing? Billions were pumped, and as usual, those involved have really stashed the money in their private accounts, probably out of the country. And so, what we are seeing in Cameroon requires the people, in order for change to come, it must be the people to decide and validate a candidate or a coalition if change has to come. Because what is going to happen is very predictable. Government, through Elecam, said close to 8 million people have registered for the election, right? Now, we have 8 million. The work that has been put in place by the Cameroon Renaissance movement of Maurice Kamto ahead of the election will see these people not vote come October, unless Professor Maurice Kamto will come out to make a statement on either he is joining a coalition that will be formed, or he is giving his blessing to a candidate and asking his sympathizers, militants, and supporters to vote for that person. If not, many will not go to vote. This is a fact. And then some of the candidates who say they are opposition to Mr. Biya are not making matter better. They are just putting the sword deep into the heart of the issue. Because when you hear on television sets what they say, you ask yourself, are these people serious? Are they really opposition candidates? Because if an opposition party is against another opposition party, or an opposition leader is against another opposition leader, then there is a problem. That is why we say what Cameroon needs at the moment is a leader who is able to make sacrifices and not compromise certain things. And the ability to make sacrifices and not compromise certain things is what is going to set the blueprint for upcoming politicians, those young people who aspire to be politicians, to follow. Because Africans must learn to develop that habit of making sacrifices and refusing to compromise a lot. Only then can such a blueprint be set. We have seen it in Burkina Faso. Yeah. Traoré has proven that within a short period of time, so much can be done. And we have seen it because he is making sacrifices. And at the same time, he is refusing to compromise things that have been compromised in the past, thereby setting that blueprint for young Burkinabés who are aspiring to be politicians to follow. Can that be the case in Cameroon? I doubt. I doubt, because we have people, I believe, just want to be president and have access to the state treasury, like Mr. Biya, looting with impunity and usurping power at every given opportunity. So, this election, the people will either make it or the people will mar it. Without the people, the election is rubbish. Because what the CPDM party has, through its government, what they have done over the years is install a very formidable rigging team that involves the Minister of Territorial Administration, the mayors of local councils, traditional rulers, the senior divisional officers, and the divisional officers. They will rig the election. And I put it to you that if things are not done correctly, the election in Cameroon come October will be the same like any other election. The people must be the one to organize the election, vote, supervise their vote, protect it, and declare the result. When the organizer is also a participant, there is a problem. There is a serious problem. There is a serious problem. We can say whatever we want to say, deny whatever we want to deny, but the fact remains that the momentum that was in Cameroon, if you look at it, it has died. It has died. I hear some myopic individuals on television sets saying it's not because you're popular on social media. Even the greatest democracies in the world, like the United States of America, call them France, Germany, all these great nations, social media has become the weapon that is used to get victory at elections. When Macron came with his movement, it was on social media. And at the polls, he won. So don't joke with social media. Don't joke with social media. Trump used social media. Barack Obama used social media. Everybody is using social media at the moment. But the people must validate the election. The people must be a part of it. In Cameroon, it is like we have now the 8 regions. Because we have 2 regions that have completely been relegated to the backyard by the present government. I'm talking about the Northwest and the Southwest. And that's why I tell that ahead of, by say October 7, you will hear of a deadly lockdown. Threats for people not to vote. And they're not going to vote. The few who are going to take the risk to go vote are the few who will be paid by the government in place. And then They will tell you that they have 96, 99% in those areas. Now, across the Mongo, with the elimination of the Cameroon Renaissance movement, Manidem not taking part in the election, the AFC not taking part, I want to ask you, we know very well that Professor Maurice Kamto and his party, the Cameroon Renaissance movement, Manidem, the AFC of Jean-Michel Ninche, they have done a formidable, they've done a wonderful job through their formidable team. Cameroon Renaissance movement has been able to register so many voters. Are they going to vote? There is still a question mark. Because it's going to test not only the patriotism of the voters, because it is your civic right to vote, it is also going to test their leader. But do not forget that whatever coalition that must be made, even if Kamto is brought in, even if it is Bello Buba, Issa Chiroma, Kamto, or put the names together and form the different coalitions possible, without the people validating it, it's not going to work, because the people must come out to vote massively to protect their votes and make sure that on the day of the counting and declaration of results, the people have a say in it. Something that is far from Cameroon, because the CPDM will do what they know how to do best: rig the election, declare themselves the victor, and put Cameroon in another unadulterated hell for 7 more years. October is pregnant with surprises.